Guys, I have just made two videos in which I said that at least for human women, means not aliens or elves or some other mystical creatures, that my first sexual experiences with them, I want to be the reception of blowjobs. And I said that it's a triumph against the creature who wanted me to submit to their feet, to women's feet in general, and tortured me for that too, and still does that to me after about 3.5 years already. And also, I rightfully said that if they're sending women after my success in training, then it's a sort of a celebration of the success in my training. So it's about me, about my success. So if it's about me and my success, why wouldn't I get what I want to get? You see, it has nothing to do with the woman, it has to do with myself. It's my success, my work, the fruits of my labor. So I have the right to choose what I want. Now, yeah, they may refuse, but if you want to reward me, if you're interested in rewarding me for my work, then give me the reward that I'm asking for, right? It makes sense. Give me what I want. What's the point of giving me something that I don't want? I'd like to be rewarded in the way that I want to experience. It's my life, my work, and the fruits of my labor. And yeah, I would also like a woman who would enjoy giving that reward. A woman who would treat it like it's some kind of a chore that wouldn't be fun. I want a woman who enjoys her work, and if it's a work of pleasing me, then she would do so happily. And that would leave me with a good memory for the rest of my life. Yeah, I said those things, and I also said that to counter the bad experiences that I have from the creature torturing me for Emma Watson and other women for 3.5 years, I would like the restriction to only blowjobs as sexual experience, only reception of blowjobs, be extended to as many and half of that period, half of 3.5 years, which is 1 year and 9 months. It's 1.75 years. I said that it would be so little because at some point I would maybe like to experience something else, and I'm not sure that I would like to delay it by as much as 3.5 years. But now that I think about it, I actually might. It's actually not unlikely that I will extend it to 3.5 years. For one certain reason, at least to 3 years, but perhaps to 3.5 years. Better. I will now explain why. It's a very specific reason. You see, there have been suggestions that after I complete this sequence that I have completed this week by local, actually tomorrow going to complete by local time, if after I complete it for 7 times, then some sort of a woman would be sent. And the creature actually often tortured me for that number, for a shorthand of that number, of the 7-time repetition of the sequence. This number could potentially mean something else, but I think that this is the main meaning. Basically, it tortured me for the woman of that number on several occasions. And this woman, I am not going to see her until another 2.5 years, because that's the time that it's going to take me to complete the sequence 7 times. I can tell you even the exact date. Well, I'm not going to tell you the exact date, so you will not be able to calculate my sequence. But it will be in about 2.5 years, approximately, that the 7-time completion of the sequence will be complete, and this woman would be sent. Now, what's the point if for less than 2 years I keep receiving blowjobs from other women, and yet this woman for whom I've been tortured, and I don't even know who she is, the woman that will be met in 2.5 years, that she would be somehow free of that policy. But I was tortured for her, and now she has to submit in order for me to accept her. So perhaps, maybe I don't have to extend it to 3.5 years, but I will make a special rule for that woman, for the woman of the 7-time sequence. Meaning that perhaps the rest of the women, my first sexual experiences, they will be restricted to reception of blowjobs for about 1 year and 9 months. That's fine. Not necessarily as long as 3.5 years. But a special policy towards the woman of the 7-time sequence completion. That when that woman comes, she is going to suck my cock at least for several months. Because just like for Emma Watson, I was tortured for that bitch too. And yes, I am deliberately insulting her, because who the fuck is she for me, a fucking god, to be humiliated like this for her? Who the fuck is that bitch? In order for that bitch of the 7-time sequence to even speak to me, she will have to suck my penis dry for many times. Fucking bitch.